Hi, my name is Emily Summer. I live in Burridge, Illinois, and I am a mother of 3 children. Rhys is my oldest. He is 9.5 years old. The thing that sets him apart is ever since he could speak, he's always has lots to say. He's always had so many things on his mind to share with you, his thoughts, his creativity, and he loves to build things. He has a lot of love to share. He's very affectionate, very cuddly. My husband had ADHD as a child, and he still has it as an adult, and his brother has it as well. So at the back of my mind, I always knew it was a possibility because of genetics. Rhys has always been a high needs child from the time he was born, always requiring more attention, more care. We needed to get him tested for ADHD was when I was homeschooling him in 2nd grade. And what prompted me is because I'm trying to teach him, trying to do homework, and he would have these huge emotional outbursts to not wanting to learn, to not wanting to do homework. And even prior to that, I know probably since kindergarten, there were signs that he had ADHD. And that was behavioral problems in school, to not being able to sit or pay attention. But it was the huge emotional outbursts that were getting to be problematic, because he is a very smart child. He is a very bright child. I decided to get Rhys tested, and that involved going to see someone special to do all the proper testing, and he was confirmed to have moderate ADHD. On the basis of that, got set up with a counselor and got that going. Previously in the past, we also see a special orthodontist because Rhys has restricted airway. And so we do orthodontics as well to help with any breathing issues, because I was trying to eliminate everything possible that would be contributing to his ADHD symptoms. And I had been trying to search for different things I could additionally do to help Rhys, because I was, his breathing better. We were trying to make sure he had enough exercise and activity. I didn't know what else to do. And that is when I saw an ad for Donna's program. And at that time, I felt so overwhelmed with everything. I think it was like 30 minutes. I didn't make the time for it, and I kept putting it off. But things really got to a head at one point, and Rhys just had a really huge emotional outburst, and it was impacting the entire family. And so I just got up at 2:00 in the morning one day and watched her video and immediately signed up to have a talk with Andrea the next day. From there, I signed up and joined the program immediately. He had a history of antibiotic use. He had a history of food poisoning, and I know those things destroyed his gut. I never correlated behavior with food. I just thought, food can lead to maybe this inflammation with ear infections, but I had no idea of the link between food and ADHD and other things that could go on in the body. And so when I listened to Dana's first little introductory course, I was blown away, and I started crying. I said, of course, this all makes sense why these other things also cause inflammation and it impacts behavior. And so that is what made me join the program. With Dana's program, however, not only is it elimination of foods through lab testing, it's also an entire protocol for gut healing. And then you have a whole support system in place to make sure that you're successful on your journey. That is not something I've seen anywhere else, and that is why her program is so worth it and why I joined for myself and the family. And the reason why I decided as a family we needed to do it, because we're all having various health issues, and I knew Dana's program could address it, and it has. It's been incredible. It's been amazing. It's been life-changing. It was the hidden piece to our puzzle, because we've been on a healing journey. Our house was so chaotic. It involved me yelling a lot. It involved Rhys being out of control and getting to a point where he was hurting his siblings inadvertently. What am I going? I need help. I can't do this by myself. Now, It is like night and day, complete reversal. There's calm. I yell occasionally, if not that much. I just feel at peace. My son feels at peace. He is able to identify his emotions now and tell me, Mom, this is what I'm feeling, and we can work through it if he has a trouble at school, or he can work through it with his counselor. He told me the story the other day of a little girl that said something at school and upset him. And he didn't tell her right then in the moment, but like an hour later, he was able to tell her, hey, when you said this, it made me feel like this. And she apologized, said, oh, I didn't realize, I'm sorry. And that made my son feel validated and seen, that someone, heard him and then adjusted how they interacted with him. My son has friends at school this year. My son has never had friends. He is such a sweet little boy, but his behavior would just turn people off and they just wouldn't know how to work with him. Now he has friends because he can get along, and the school is great too. If there is an issue with kids, I can tell them and they can, work through it and discuss it. I can help him as well. He's open and receptive. He can actually implement these ideas. He can play with my other two children, my 6-year-old and my 2-year-old, in a healthy way. It is just all around just a much better household now. My suggestion for you, if you have a child that has ADHD, is that you need to find something that helps bring them calm, that helps bring them back to center. This is huge. For every child, it's going to be different. For my child, for Rhys, his thing that brings him back to calm is reading. Find the one thing for your child that brings them that sense of calm, and do that particularly at bedtime to help them get that night's sleep that it's so important that they get.